Welcome back, everybody, to Fist Truck TV.
Senua's Saga Part 5.
Part 6. Part 6. Part
Holy
6,
shit,
yeah. Part 6.
Time flies when you're not playing a shitty fucking game. No. It wasn't
slowly steps away.
It wasn't shitty.
Like, I'm looking forward to Hellblade 2 coming out.
I'm looking forward to Hellblade 2 coming out so it doesn't show up on the next Game Awards in the fucking Ooga Sugar Operatic.
So last episode we were kind of talking about the fact that this game kind of doesn't really incentivize using your whole kit, but that's either a good or a bad thing depending how you look at it.
Because also your base attacks work. Your base attack works and it's always there. A game that doesn't do that.
It's fucking Skul, the hero slayer.
Oh god,
man! I remember I got that game because at that point in time I was like on a little bit of a roguelite kick.
Right.
And so I saw it. I saw the way the combat was and the way the art style for it, and I'm like, oh, this looks cute and it looks like it's fun. And at first it was, Jesus fucking.
Yeah,
Jesus prison, Krazus G-Sto, man. Boy, was I a fucking fool.
Yeah, if you ever thought like, hey, do developers actually hate the people that they're making the game for? Like, you can make an argument for Skul,
or they fucking tested the game. Did you play this?
Because holy shit, that game's kind of rough. I mean, not like. In it's hard to play. It's a hard game. Fine. The controls aren't working against you. Controls are fine. The abilities are fine when you get them.
Or not? No, you'll get them. It's which ones you get, because that game is like. I feel like I should write this down or create like an NFT showing this. By NFT I mean Microsoft Paint, but how much RNG is in that game? Because that's the thing with with roguelites is how much RNG are they going to introduce? Are they introducing into the game? Like how much RNG influences your playthrough? Because there's so many random elements, like the drops you get, the rooms you get, what enemies are in the rooms, all that kind of shit, right? But that game takes it to an extreme. Like at first you start. Funny enough, the least random element in that game are the rooms. Like you will see rooms over and over again. You've seen them before, or not over and over again, as in whatever. You'll pretty much once you're on your second or third run, you already start seeing shit you notice. Like it doesn't use a random collection of rooms. It'll have a level instead. That's the best way to describe, the easiest way to describe it. Right. So the thing is that the first area in the game, solid stuff. The boss at the end, pretty easy, but for a first boss, I think it's fine. That's not a problem. Second area you get to, it starts getting a little bit corny. Where there's this one enemy that's a maid, and I think some other maids or some shit like that. That enemy's a little corny, but the second area boss is really, really good. Yeah. And that's to be fair, the jump challenge from the first boss is a bit much, but it's a really good boss. It's a really good boss.
The bosses are good. It's just you have to play them back to back. Just to preface this, I never got past the third area. Yeah, I got to the third area and I stopped.
Yeah, the third area, just the gloves are off, man. It's like you start half the enemies explode. The rooms they put you in, they're enemies that summon other enemies, or ones that you have to kill them really quickly, otherwise they make a black hole. So if you're not centered around doing one a shit ton of damage, really your DPS isn't high as fuck. Yeah, you're gonna just be taking hits, no choice but taking those hits. And so, and then the fourth area, which is the last area of the game, right, is total nonsense, total fucking nonsense. And the third boss, total practically nonsense. There's learning it, and so to the point where it's okay, you can kind of get down, but there's still some moves it does where you're bro, what the fuck, what do I do here? You forced me to move slow. If I'm not mistaken, that's the thing in that fight. Right. The fourth boss, total garbage, total fucking garbage. The last boss, And the thing is that, like, those are, I'm just talking about the bosses at the end of each area, which are set in stone. Those will always be the same boss. Each area has a mid-boss, and the mid-boss is always random. So it's essentially like a collection of these heroes, like your quintessential archetypes. Like you have like a ranger type person, a rogue or assassin type person, a tanky dude, like a paladin type dude, a cleric nun type chick or something like that. That kind of regular warrior type dude. And the first level in the first zone, you're gonna fight one of them. You fight randomly one of them. In the second zone, you fight two of them at the same time, and it's a random assortment of the two that you fight. In the third zone, you fight three of them at the same time, and it's random which three it's gonna be. In the fourth zone, you only fight one of them, but they're roided the fuck up. Like they're way harder. And the thing is that not all these, they're not all made equal. They are not all of the same difficulty. Some are harder than others. Some combinations are harder than other combinations. And then when it comes to their super powerful versions, some are just harder than others. So that's RNG in your runs. Then it, oh fuck, I'm gonna die by the end of this episode because I'm not gonna be breathing. Oh my god. So
take your time.
Then you have the skulls, which essentially are your kits, your loadouts. And the fuck, man. So you have like, so you're gonna have, so there are some skulls, some are better than others. The motorcycle one is cracked. The motorcycle one is busted. The tree one is garbage.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah. Fuck that tree one, bro. Oh man.
Like, some are just way better, way fucking better than others. And so you'll have, so then you let's say, hey, I want the motorcycle skull.
You won't get
the
it.
skills, no, you can't get it. You can't get it. I mean, not guaranteed, obviously.
Not every run.
Yeah. You want the motorcycle skull. Well, guess what? You get the motorcycle skull, and you know that the first time you got the motorcycle skull, it had these skills on it, and the skills kicked a shit ton of ass. They were really, really good. Well, now you get the motorcycle skull, and it has different skills on it. So now there's RNG whether or not you're going to get the skull that you want to get, and there's RNG that determines what skills are going to come with the skull that you want, and some skills, much like the bosses, are better than others.
Yep.
Or like they're better for you than others.
And you have to unlock some things, and then once you unlock them, it'll be random if you get them.
That's not even talking about like the fucking the other stuff, the RNG stuff. Like, oh hey, for example, like the skull, the motorcycle skulls, motorcycle attack where you get on a motorcycle and drive left and right, you have a bunch of little dudes with you, is magic damage based, and you gotta hope that during your journey you're getting a bunch of magic damage buffs, which that's also RNG. And you just have like RNG on top of RNG, and the thing is that the way the bosses are designed, especially once you get to the fourth area, it's just completely, like I said, shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Shit hits the fan. They just stop caring. Like, as far as I can tell, they stopped caring about making, like, I mean, I felt like by the third area they stopped caring, but definitely by the fourth area, they stopped giving a fuck about making something that's, like, challenging but fair. And then on the last boss, it's so essentially you're just playing. At a certain point, you're gonna upgrade all the stuff in your base to max. So you leave the base. Every time you leave the base, it's as good as it's gonna get, essentially.
Right.
Like it's not like, oh hey, if I'll just get stronger, I upgrade more shit. No, you're just hoping for the God run. That's all. You're hoping for all the RNG to align in your favor for you to win.
Yep. And you have to be good enough, which I was not, so I gave it up.
and persistent enough. That's really it. Yeah. And like, I was a point where I'm like, there was a point in time where I was hell bent on beating the games that I bought, or not a point in time, but one of the points in time where I was hell bent on beating the games that I bought. That game was on the list. I'm like, I'm gonna beat this fucking game, and I just kept doing it until I eventually got the God run with the motorcycle dudes and the magic bus, and I got all that stuff. Granted, I'm not saying the motorcycle one is the only way you can't get it done, but the thing is that there's like a shit ton of skulls you can get, and not all of them are beating the game good.
Right.
Like some of them you just get me like, why do I even, like, since your base is already fully upgraded, you stand literally nothing to gain by continuing to play in a run. If you don't get good RNG by like, you'll know by like the end of the second area, the first, like really second area. If you know by the end of the second area, your RNG is not. You might as well like you're not. You might as well just restart. Which that's just not. That's not good. That's not good. Same for like. Then there's obviously there's RNG on the rooms that or like on the levels you get. So at the end of each area, you can usually select from what two routes you want to, or like they give you two choices of where you want to go next. Right. And at the end of each spot, it's, you know, it's like, okay, this way, like other roguelites, like, okay, if I go down this way, it's going to give me money. If I go down this way, it's going to give me a skull. If I go down this way, it's going to give me health, or I forgot what I'm. Right. And obviously, it's random which ones you're going to get there. which one of those rooms you're going to get. And there's sometimes where you get, like, the currency to upgrade your skulls. And the amount of currency it costs to upgrade your skulls, which you only see the NPC that upgrades your skull, I think, at the beginning of each area. Like each zone or whatever you want to call it. Right. So pretty much after you killed a major boss. And the price is really, really high to upgrade the skull. So you're also hoping on the RNG that you got a lot of that currency on your previous run. No. Or on your previous go-through. It's just like one thing on top of another, If you look at the Steam reviews, it's not just me. The thing is that most of the Steam reviews, granted, it's like, I think it's in like very positive or something. Most of man, as much as like we're talking shows, like I did have fun for the little bit that I did play. Yeah, I don't think it's good. Game, at least for me, like I don't think the game, like I be in it, and like at first it's good, but then like you'll see a common thread throughout a lot of the reviews. The reviews on Steam is just like, oh, it's a good game, but it relies too heavily on RNG. That's like Stockholm Syndrome talking. Maybe that's it. Because that game is good. It's good for the first half, and if they kind of kept what they were doing for the first half, that game would be great, and I would love it. But the thing is, just like that game's way too heavy on relies too heavily on RNG, and relies too heavily on cheap tricks. Yeah. Like, for example, the last boss, which I don't know, spoiler alert, but suck it. So like, the last boss has 2 phases. You do the first phase, you get through that, you get through the second phase, which is like fucking insane, balls to the wall, crazy. You get through that, you're done. Right. You're in a cutscene, you're talking, or you know, it's going through the cutscene, all that kind of stuff, and then he just fucking lunges at you to grab you, and it turns out there's a third phase. Like, it's a cheap shot. It's a cheap shot. Granted, the third phase is over really quick, but he can fuck you up in that third phase. And if you got to the end of the second phase with barely any health left, you'd probably die. You would probably die. If it weren't for and the thing is that when I won, I wish I only have a picture of when I won, not a video. When I won, it was literally me just mashing the button to have my little motorcycle dudes come out over and over again, and it was a slap fight. There was no grace, no etiquette. I guess he's not showing up. Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right here. This is the boss room, mini boss room. Okay. I killed him because you can just jump over him and keep shooting him. Okay. Anyway. So it's like there was no learning the fight. Like I played Dead Cells. I beat in Dead Cells. In Dead Cells, I learned the fight. I played a game called Curse of the Dead Gods, I think it's called. Yeah. It's a solid game. It's another roguelite. By the end of it, I learned the boss. I learned the boss at the end. Hades, you learn the boss. Yep. Like, you learn it. In that one, I was like, no, this is totally, like, this is clearly just a fucking shit show crapshoot. What's the point? Like, you just had, like, you need to just unga bunga your way to the end and be done with it. I have been successed. Oh, God. I definitely, again. No, it's not just you. Once again. I only got to the third place. The friend that we talked about the past 2 episodes who's fucking cracked at games like this also drew the line at that game. The only difference between you guys and me is that I bought it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because there's no way, if it was on Game Pass or something, yeah. if I was playing on Game Pass, I'd be like, fuck this shit, I'm not playing this game. Or like I would like it at first, and then I'd reach a point and go, oh, this is garbage. I'm not playing. No way. But I was like, Sunk Cost Fallacy, I'm gonna beat it. You know, as a heads up, try it, like curtail your game buying purchases or game buying decisions.
But I mean, like, it's sneaky, right? Because that game is good.
It starts off really good. And like the soundtrack's really good. It's cute. It's got a nice art style. Like it. There are a lot of things good about it, but it's just
What are the Steam guidelines for refunds? How many hours?
2 hours.
2 hours? No, I think you can get those. Maybe.
You can get through those first 2 areas in 2 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, it'd probably take like 2 or 3 runs, but you could do it in like 2 hours. Yeah, the thing, I guess what I was saying is like, you know, sometimes, like obviously I think a lot of us might have an issue where you just like, you have an insane backlog of games on Steam, which is probably like, oh, I wonder, maybe I should just like not buy things unless I really want to play them.
Yeah.
Like play them right then and there, like when I get them.
Yeah.
But also, if you buy something and it's not good, take the L.
Yep. Take the L.
Not everything you buy is going to be worth the money, and not everything you play is good. Like, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, you know, every now and then you go to McDonald's or Burger King, and you get home, you know, have to go to the drive-thru, and they like didn't put your fries in the bag. You know what?
Yeah, it's an L.
Take, yeah, that's it. Took the L. That's it. Yeah, sometimes your shit just, you know, shit just don't go the way you want it to.
So I saved this boss for last because he's the easiest in my opinion.
Yes.
Just he's figured out. He's figured out. You can see there's a lot of shit on screen, but really there's not.
I mean, it comes at a pretty relaxed pace.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You see, normally you can check over that.
Also, because the hitbox in this game is mighty generous.
Mighty generous. So, hello.
Because like I see things going through your guy, but it's like if it doesn't go through the center mass, you're okay. Is what it seems like.
Maybe it's just these things, but I know other things that hit you for no reason. It varies. It varies.
Well, there was like an enemy or a boss you find that fought lasers that like the laser literally covered your whole head and you did not get hurt.
I did get that was the clockwork enemy. It definitely hit me.
No.
Oh,
no,
the first enemy. First enemy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like the laser went through your head and you did not get hurt.
I just know the spacing for that one. So.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is like the hitbox, like for example, Mega Man, you would have been hurt.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And this boss has double the amount of health it's supposed to have. That's why it's taking so long.
I'm wondering what. Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, because it's a challenge that you get an item for. Yeah.
Oh god.
But as you can see, it's not a problem. It's not.
Man, I remember. It was definitely early on in the game's life when y'all were playing co-op.
Yeah.
And you could see each other's health bars on the screen, and it would cover like half the screen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this guy. He goes back. He goes back. What? What gonna be? What gonna do? Huh?
Oh, you're trash. You're trash.
Oh, I lost side of my character.
Go ahead again.
Stop it.
Are you stupid? Yo.
Don't make me fun of me.
Monkey.
Yeah, monkey, because he's a monk.
Yeah. That brings us to the end of this run.
Yeah. So the next is the final boss. Do you want to keep recording, or should I save?
Save it.
Okay. All right.
Save it. Goodbye, everyone. Until next time on Fish Rock TV.
See you.